closing remarks. So take this opportunity to first and foremost call on sorry about it. Yes, so as I was saying, before I go into my closing, many a times when we stand there, a lot of songs of praises have been said about William and Nana, forgetting the fact that William and Nana are not the only ones at the Secretariat that are doing the job. When William stands there, it's not because William is a superman or he knows everything. It's because William have a very strong, dedicated, and committed team that mostly behind the scene doing the most tasking part of the job. So some of us, we can come here and play politics and talk nicely and you think that we are the most powerful guys, we know everything. But just imagine if I was the one that's supposed to do the finances, the ticketing, the logistics, all the documentation and the likes, or me and Nana or any members of management only. I don't think you will be able to be here. And that is the reason why I requested all members of the Secretariat to leave whatever they are doing to come into this room, and I want to kindly ask them to stand. Colleagues from the Secretariat, kindly stand, kindly stand. It is very important that your General Assembly member knows you. These are the giants of the Secretariat. These are the people that are working. These are the people that are making things happen. And we want to really appreciate their effort and their dedication and their commitment. But at the same time, I wanted them to be part of this closing and then to see how they can have better understanding on the context and the kind of discussion that we have here. Because even at times, when I said we need this document, procurement will say, this is not the way it is done. It is not about just giving command. There are processes. So when you are putting pressure to say, the work has not yet been done, my dear sister will say, Mr. William, we have to go through an evaluation, from one evaluation to another evaluation to another evaluation. For some of us who just want action to be done, you think it's a waste of time. But if you don't follow those procedures, then your institution will also be held accountable in terms of non-compliance to the rules. So colleagues, I want to salute you and I want to say thank you very much for the wonderful job that you are doing. The General Assembly have really shown appreciation, and please continue to do the great job so that ECOSOCC will shine. And please, when they said William, it does not mean William is the most powerful man. I'm just taking praises of you, the same way I can take gifts on your behalf. So if anybody wants to give them gift, you can give me, and I can appreciate it on their behalf. But some of them are saying no. Now you want to take the gift alone, but you want me to take just praises on your behalf. Thank you very much, colleagues. Thanks a lot. Without much ado, let me go straight to my speech. All protocol observed, and I want to recognize the high table, both the outgoing presiding officer and the incoming presiding officer. All presiding officers, emeritus, our other General Assembly members who are here, who have held leadership position, Mr. Eugene Ngalim, the Peace and Security Cluster Chair, Madam Tandy, who was the chairperson of the Credential Committee, Mr. Victor, former Credential, Mr. Izzedine, all of you who have played critical role in ECOSOCC, I want to recognize you. I also want to recognize our observers. These elections have observers, and they will be providing reports on their observation on how we can improve on our engagement as ECOSOCC, as part of consolidating democracy. I think this is something that we should be practicing as we move on. So thank you very much, and I want to recognize all of you. As the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Today, as we mark the successful conclusion of the second ordinary session of the 4th Permanent General Assembly, I stand before you filled with immense pride, profound gratitude, and renewed hope for the future of African civil society. Together, indeed, we have gone, or we have come from afar. This journey has not been without its challenges, but just as the African baobab tree stands strong through storms, our resolve has only grown firmer. Over the past 3 days, we have demonstrated that African unity, dialogue, and solidarity are not mere aspirations. They are living realities. We have shown the world that Africa can lead with consensus, as evidenced by the historic and unprecedented 100% agreement in electing the new Bureau and Cluster Chairperson for the year 2024 and 2026 term of office. And I think you all deserve a round of applause. Today, we celebrate this extraordinary achievement. We welcome with open arms our new presiding officer, Mr. Luschek Sissoko of Mali, and his esteemed deputy presiding officers from Tanzania, Egypt, Chad, and Malawi. And allow me to make some few clarification, because many colleagues ask me, and there's a lot of debate to say, why Mali when Mali is under suspension? The African Union suspend political leaders. They don't suspend citizens. You coming from civil society organization, you represent citizens. You are not part of government. And we do have precedent in ECOSOCC. The former presiding officer, Mr. Abuza, was elected when Sudan was under suspension. And the African Union, if you are a staff and your country is suspended, you are still a staff of the African Union. As long as you are in, you are also eligible. The restriction will only be to those that are coming in, especially when it comes to issues of staffing and the likes. So it is important for us to know that the ACDEC and all other relevant protocol make that provision that suspension is for political leadership. It's called unconstitutional changes of government, not unconstitutional changes of citizens. So I think that will go a long way to just provide clarity so that this standing committee and the General Assembly have a better understanding on this. This diverse and representative leadership reflects the essence of Ubuntu. I am because we are. Their elections is not just a victory for ECOSOCC. It is a triumph for African solidarity, unity, and shared purpose. To the outgoing leadership led by Mr. Khalid Budali, we want to say Asante Sana, merci beaucoup, thank you very much. And I think I need to find the presiding officer emeritus, Mr. Dennis. He knows how to say this thing better than I do, and Bright is always smiling when the presiding officer emeritus is trying to use the little stage to say all this language, though at times some of them just disappear. But thank you very much. Your leadership has been a guiding light, and the footprints you've left behind will follow with pride. Your legacy of institutional growth, renewed vigor, and expanded partnership is a gift to the next generation of civil society leaders. You have paved the way for us to plant trees whose shade we may never sit under. And for that, we are deeply grateful for your leadership. As we move forward, let us also not forget that a bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Our song is one of hope, justice, and inclusion. Our commitment to Agenda 2063 remains unshakable. Our resolve to operationalize national chapter is stronger than ever, regardless of the challenges. Our dedication to being the voice of the African citizenry is unwavering, and that commitment is from all of us. To our partners, including the African Union Commission, the European Economic Social Committee, the general support from institutions like GIZ, the Open Society, Trust Africa, and many others, we want to say thank you for walking this path with us. Your support is the wind beneath our wings. We are reminded of the African adage, rain does not fall on one roof alone. Your support is a shared blessing that strengthens not just ECOSOCC, but the entire African continent. As we close this chapter, let us remember that the path is made by working. Today we have not only walked, we have run, but we have also leaped. And you can see from the presiding officer the way he leaped all the way to the stage. Indeed. And we have soared. Our journey is far from over. The work ahead requires patience, resilience, and unyielding determination. We will continue to engage, and I promise you, strategize and mobilize to ensure that no voice is left unheard and no community is left behind. On behalf of ECOSOCC Secretariat and all of us who have shared this space, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. You are the heart and soul of ECOSOCC, and when the heart beats, the whole body moves. May the lessons we have learned, the decisions we have made, and the partnership we have forged over the past 3 days inspire us to rise even higher. As we part ways, let me say this. We may be from different countries, but we are one Africa. We may have different languages, but our message is the same. We may have different experiences, but our dreams are shared. Let us leave this session with renewed energy, greater unity, and unwavering belief in our power to shape the Africa's future. As you travel home, I want to take this opportunity to also wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous 2025 for ECOSOCC. Let's stay inspired, and may the spirit of Arambe, pulling together, remains with all of us. Thank you, Asante Sana, merci beaucoup, and thank you to everyone, the interpreters and all staff and all service provider that has made this a reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Head of Secretariat. We now call on Presiding Officer Khalid Bodale, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rain. Speech full of love, dedication, and acknowledgement to everyone. My brothers and sisters, African CSO leaders, we come to the end of the 4th General Assembly. It is with heart brimming, with profound gratitude, and a spirit both humbled and enraged by this extraordinary journey that I address you today. This moment is one of the immense significance. It marks not merely a transition of leadership, but the conclusion of a chapter of my life as former presiding officer. Written with the ink of service, illuminated by the lights of collaboration, and defined by the unwavering dedication to the ideals of our union. As a bid farewell, as your presiding officer, I am overcome with reverence for the path we have walked together with the Secretariat, my friends and colleagues, members of former Bureau, and my friends and colleagues, what's left of members of the Standing Committee, we done it. And as I say, we done it in a big way that you can even imagine. There is something I've been hiding from you, and I didn't include it into the report, in my report. When ECOSOCC takes part of the world first civilization presidential election, a country of 140 million, the first civilization in the world, it was Egypt. ECOSOCC, under the leadership of my colleague, Dr. Ayman, myself, and we brought with us a GA member, Mr. Moses. We interact with all the 4 potential candidates. We visited over 3,500 schools and electoral points. We went through all the international, local and international TV outlets and media. ECOSOCC was taking a lead in the international coalition. And we were the first and only international coalition with the mandate to supervise and observe the election. It's a proud, it's a privilege, it's an honor. Imagine what we can do if we can be united. When you get solicited by the world first civilization, that ECOSOCC was there, present. What a privilege. As I said, as a bit of farewell, as your presiding officer, I've overcome with the reference for the path we have worked together. A path paved the way with resilience and adorned with the collective achievements of this assembly. Together we have woven a tapestry of hope, a vibrant and enduring symbol of what is possible when patience meets purpose, and when voices unite in the pursuit of shared destiny. Allowed me at the outset to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the newly elected Bureau and Standing Committee by our new PO, Mr. Sheikh Sissoko from Mali. Indeed, our friend, Head of Secretariat, has elaborated on very severe questions. We represent the people. We represent the citizens. We don't represent governments. And we don't do politics. And as I said to my friends and colleagues in the North, we have, despite the political and all the hostile situations, we come to a conclusion that we have to work together in the spirit of no border and no citizens, no citizenship. We are North Africans. And since I joined, before North Africa used to be a very nasty, and excuse my word, for the election. There were a lot of debates and fights. But since I took over and we implement an idea that we work together as brothers and sisters, as North Africans, they do not believe, and we leave the politics to the politicians. And since then, our consensus finished by 5-10 minutes, and we will nominate everybody. And I think this is the culture that I will leave behind, even within the North African region, that this is the policies which will be implemented in the future. That our voices and our problems stays within, between us. And when it comes to the world, we're going to come united. Allowed me again, at the outset, to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the newly elected Bureau. Your ascension to these vital roles is not only a reflection of the trust this assembly has placed in you, but a call to bear the immense responsibility of guiding ECOSOCC into the next chapter. You now carry the inspiration of millions who look to this august body as the voice of civil society and the guardians of their dreams and the trust of this respectable General Assembly. In particular, I wish to celebrate the historic electoral process, a testament to the principles of inclusivity and fairness that are the cornerstone of our collective ethos. This milestone is more than an administrative achievement. It is a powerful statement of unity, a beacon of hope, and a reminder of our shared commitment to equality representation. Your leadership symbolized the birth of a new dawn, a dawn imbued with promise of innovation, the energy of transformation, and the brilliance of Africa's limitless potential, diligence, and vision. ECOSOCC as an organ. ECOSOCC as an organ. ECOSOCC is more than an institution. It is an emblem of possibilities, a testament to the power of collaboration, and a beacon for all who believes in the transformative potentials of unity. May we continue to rise above challenges, united in purpose and steadfast in action. Let us together embrace the boundless horizons of Africa's destiny, inspired by the enduring ideals of our union. If he did say shukran, you stand up and walk away. Well, thank you very much, friends and colleagues. This General Assembly now is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. I think with that, we officially closed, and we move into my favorite part of the day. We are told that, so we will. But please, your airport pickups 4 hours before your flight. 4 hours before your flight. You all have your tickets. Look at your departure time.